If you've been in the smart home game for a while, you've probably experienced it. The lights lag, the app crashes, the door sensor doesn't talk to the lock, and your living room becomes a graveyard of different brand apps that don't seem to get along. That's where a smart home hub steps in. Think of it as the brain of your home, the traffic controller that tells your devices what to do, when to do it, and how to do it together. And here's the thing. You might be able to skip a hub if you've got only a few Wi-Fi bulbs or a single brand of gear. But if you have more than a handful of devices from different manufacturers, and you want reliability, privacy, and speed, then yes, you'll almost certainly want a hub. At its core, a smart hub has three main jobs. First, it keeps a direct connection to your devices so you don't have to manage them one by one through different apps. Second, it sends instructions to them, whether that's turn on the kitchen light or lock the front door when the garage door closes. And third, it connects to your Wi-Fi so it can update itself, update your devices, and let you control your home remotely. Many hubs also use local control, meaning the commands between your devices don't have to travel through the internet. This is huge for privacy and reliability. If your internet goes down, your automations can keep running as long as your hub has power. Another big reason for hubs is they can speak multiple languages that Wi-Fi alone can't. Zigbee, Z-Wave, and Thread are all low-power, low-latency protocols that are perfect for things like sensors, smart locks, and switches. They use mesh networking so every new device strengthens the network. Wi-Fi just can't do that efficiently, and it drains battery life much faster. If you're just dipping your toes into smart homes with a couple of Wi-Fi bulbs and maybe a smart plug, your router can act as your hub, at least in the early days. But this comes with limits. Routers can usually only handle around 30 Wi-Fi devices before things start slowing down. Wi-Fi devices almost always need the internet to function. And battery-powered Wi-Fi gear? It'll have you swapping batteries more often than you'd like. So if you're serious about a smart home that works every time, hubs aren't just helpful, they're the backbone of a stable system. There are really three main categories worth knowing about. First, we have proprietary hubs. These are tied to a single brand or ecosystem. Philips Hue, for example, requires the Hue bridge. Aqara has its own hubs that connect their sensors, locks, and switches. The upside? Everything works out of the box, no compatibility headaches, and setup is straightforward. The downside? If you start mixing brands, you might end up with multiple hubs. Some ecosystems, like Aqara, make such a wide variety of devices that you can stay inside their world without much compromise. Others, like Philips Hue, focus mainly on one category, lighting, which means you'll need something else for locks, cameras, or sensors. Then there are the universal or multi-protocol hubs that aren't tied to one brand. They support multiple radios, Zigbee, Z-Wave, Thread, Wi-Fi, and can talk to devices from different manufacturers. Examples include Homey Pro, Aeotech Smart Home Hub, and more advanced setups like Home Assistant or Hubitat. The advantage? You can pick and choose the best products for each job. The best door lock here, the best thermostat there, without worrying about whether they speak the same language. The trade-off is setup complexity. A universal hub might require more tinkering, and some integrations depend on community-made software, which can vary in reliability. Lastly, smart speakers, which can act as partial hubs like the Amazon Echo, Google Nest Hub, and Apple HomePod. Some have built-in Zigbee or Thread radios, meaning they can control certain devices locally. For example, a full-size Echo can control Zigbee devices without the internet. Apple's HomePod Mini can connect to Thread devices and keep automations running offline. But be careful. Not all smart speakers have this ability. Many are just voice assistants and still rely entirely on the cloud. And even with the right hardware, they often don't support every protocol, especially Z-Wave. Matter is the new interoperability standard backed by Apple, Google, Amazon, Samsung, and others. The idea is simple. If a device supports Matter, it should work with any Matter-capable platform, and it should work locally. Sounds like the end of hubs, right? Not quite. Matter supports Thread and Wi-Fi, but not Zigbee or Z-Wave. And while more devices are starting to ship with Thread, the Thread network infrastructure still isn't perfect. Many of the best, most reliable devices today still run on Zigbee or Z-Wave. So for now, a good hub that supports Matter alongside other protocols is the safest bet. That way, you can mix and match what works today and still be ready for the Matter future. These are like mini hubs built for a single product line. Philips Hue Bridge runs only Hue lights. Lutron's bridge works only with Caseta lighting. Aqara makes several Zigbee bridges for its devices. A bridge can often connect into a larger hub or ecosystem, so you can control its devices from the same app as everything else. But on their own, they're not designed for managing a whole smart home with mixed brands. One theme keeps coming up: local control. Whether it's through a dedicated hub or a smart speaker with the right hardware, keeping automations local makes everything faster because there's no need for internet round trips. It also ensures that your routines keep running even if your internet goes down, and it offers more privacy since your data stays within your home network. Amazon Alexa, for example, is mostly cloud-dependent, while Apple HomeKit works locally by default, which is a big selling point if privacy matters to you. Universal hubs like Home Assistant or Hubitat can be configured to run entirely on local control, giving you speed, reliability, and security all in one. If your smart home is just a few Wi-Fi bulbs and a plug, you can get away without a hub for now. But the moment you add more devices, especially sensors, locks, and switches, and you want them all to work together instantly, you'll want a hub. The choice comes down to how much control you want and how much complexity you're willing to handle. Want easy setup and one brand's ecosystem? Go proprietary. Want to mix the best devices from anywhere? Go multi-protocol. Love your smart speaker and just want basic automation? Check if it has the radios to act as a limited hub. Matter may eventually make all this simpler, but we're not there yet. Right now, a hub is still the smartest way to make your smart home truly smart.